Hi guys, I am Trish with Unique Me 303 Healing and Empowerment. I always have a hard time getting out the words of what I want to share. I have so much information to share with you guys through the experiences that I've been through on this awakening journey. A lot of things I've been asked to share with you guys, that Spirit has asked me to share with you guys, and for whatever reason, every time I go to make a video, and this has been happening for the past 3 years now. But when I go to make the video, the words just don't come out right, so I'll end up deleting the video or what have you. So I'm hoping that my words will be guided at this time, that exactly what you guys need to hear will be heard. I wanted to share about a dark night of the soul, as well as integrating the shadow side. Okay, so the dark night of the soul. This is those times when people think that they're really depressed. Usually it is a result of several things in their life being turned upside down, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Mainly it comes from the material world being turned upside down. You know, we pray and we ask and we try to manifest, you know, a better life, better lover, better home, better career, more finances, healthier ways of living. And Spirit's like, okay, we've heard your request. Now let's start taking charge of those things. And what happens is our life is turned upside down, and it makes us feel very chaotic, confused. It feels as if we don't want to do anything. We don't want to get up and go to work. We don't want to pray. We don't want to try to think of positive things, because sometimes we would just rather sit in that negativity. And it causes like this chain reaction of an emotional upheaval that comes: sadness, anger, confusion, frustration, fear, illusional thoughts. And then the emotional body starts reacting with acting out in anger, being sad and crying, you know, having these intrusive thoughts of why you shouldn't do this or why you shouldn't do that, meaning while your life is changing from these negative aspects into these aspects that you're wanting to change, it feels yucky, okay? It hurts. It feels as if Spirit's not around you. God's not answering your prayers. The angels aren't helping you to see your next steps. Your intuitions are all the way gone, or maybe you just feel less connected in some way, shape, or form. And it feels like a very lonely place to be. I am a person who has a background of mental health issues, bipolar disorder, ADHD, social anxiety, PTSD, schizophrenic tendencies, and the list goes on and on. However, when I finally sat down and asked God, like, what can I do to change, not just having physical pain in my body, because that was a big motivator for me to start talking to God in this way, but what can I do to change my mental and emotional stability? And I was started to be shown ways that I can start integrating my shadow side. And one of those things was facing fears head on. Another one of those things was, while I'm in these dark night of the souls, to allow myself to not judge the way that I react to things, the way that I feel about things, the confusion that I may have, and instead face my fears, these illusional thoughts, these intrusive things that are making me feel as if I am separate from God. And so that's what I started doing. And each one of these dark night of the souls, I would meditate quite a bit, even though I didn't want to. I didn't feel like it. I was sad. I was depressed. I felt like my world was coming to an end. I felt like there was no one in sight that wanted to hear anything, or I didn't want to talk to anybody if they did. And so I would meditate and just push through it. I didn't want to. I didn't want to sit there with my ADHD, but hard to sit still, intrusive thoughts that just continuously push through my head. Anything that could possibly be going wrong in my life, or that I could project could go wrong, was going wrong in my mind. And so I started facing the shadow side head on. Anytime Spirit would, even though I felt disconnected, Spirit was still connected to me. It just felt that way. Anytime Spirit would tell me, not to act in this way, or not to speak in this way, or to change that thought pattern around, or to make an amends with so-and-so, or to go in this direction instead of this direction, that's exactly what I did. To be able to integrate the shadow side, you do things that feel uncomfortable. You do things that don't make sense to you. You do things just because you know that if you do them, something better is going to happen. And how do you know that? Because with each dark night of the soul that you have, it becomes easier with the next one that you have. So why do we have these dark nights of the souls? Why do we have to integrate the shadow side? So to help you guys to understand that, one of the things that I've learned throughout this journey, and this is not something that was always true to me, it didn't always resonate with me, but it does now, is that the universe, source God, the angels, other beings of higher intelligence, higher consciousness, unconditional love, the demons, all of that resides right here, okay? This human vehicle is just that. It's a vehicle for my soul to come here and learn lessons. And to break it down, the soul is a piece of God. If you can think of God being, a bowl of soup, and you're just one of the ingredients, okay? So one of those ingredients came into a human vessel to learn some lessons, to be able to integrate different parts of us. And, we carry both the dark and the light, the demons and the angels. They are in here. And once we get to that place of oneness and understand that, it becomes easier and easier to get through these dark nights of the souls and integrate the light. So I feel like I'm all over the place, but anyway, so the angels, they are meant to guide us, to teach us unconditional love. They're there to help us to heal, to protect us, to help us to have courage and confidence, to help us to face that dark side, those fears, those demons, so to speak. Okay, demons are part of the, let's just call it dark matter. And they are meant to distract us, okay? They're meant to cause us fears, distract us from the truth, or distract us from our knowings, so that that angel part of us will rise up and basically face the fears, the demonness of whatever is going on. If you feel like you're being attacked by some sort of demon, then you face it with love, okay? You start asking the angels and your guidance to show you, how do I face this demon head on? Whether it be a demon of fear, a demon of sexual perversion. The list goes on and on and on. I've had many experiences with demons. I've had to face them head on. I've actually been possessed and got through that by fighting it with love and thinking of things that were really good in my life, my children, the things that did work out for me. But anyhow, as we start to realize that everything is in here that we need to face that shadow side, and we start to face those fears and get through these dark nights of the souls day by day, moment by moment, each time that we get to one, it's easier and easier to get through. And it's easier to trust in the process of connecting with those angels to release the demons, to bring more light and love to them. Because what happens is, the more love and light that you bring to the lessons that you're learning from these demons or devilish energies, whatever you want to call it, the darkness, the more that the light body is integrated, the more that your shadow self is integrated and starts to become more in tune with your spirit, your soul, what have you. And the more connected you become with oneness, the easier it is to get through these dark nights of the souls. So the purpose of a dark night of the soul is to learn lessons, to evolve, to get to the next stage in your ascension process, to be able to connect deeper, to be more in tune with the divinity within, those spiritual aspects of us that connect with spirit or source God, the angels, the universe, these demonish energies, the angels, what have you. Kind of just had a brain fart, but to be able to deeply connect with those, we have to get through these lessons, through these dark nights of the souls, integrate the light body by getting through these dark times. And so after we get through these dark nights of the souls and integrate the shadow side a little bit more, the more light that shines, the more people that are attracted to you, the more information you have to share about your spiritual awakening, or the information that of how you got through something that you've got through with integrating this dark side. So most people don't want to hear this. Most people think I'm flipping crazy, but I don't care anymore. This is my journey, and it is a very wonderful journey. It can be very challenging, but the whole planet is going through a dark night of the soul right now. If you're not already currently going through it, you've probably most likely already went through a couple of those times, and you got through it, and you don't know exactly how you got through it. But to be able to get through it easier, guys, know that the more fear that you push through, the more that you connect with meditation, the more that you pray and set intentions on clearing these things and learning how to face the fear and the dark side head on with unconditional love, non-judgment, energy, and things of that sort, then the easier it is to get through this. The more it is easier for you to share your information and stuff. So I am currently going through a dark night of the soul, integrating aspects of myself or clearing out aspects of myself, looking at, starting to know, engaging in aspects of myself that is not confident, is judgmental towards myself. Not necessarily towards others as much as I used to be, but judgmental towards myself. Still grieving over the love of somebody that I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with. Somebody that chose to, his free will choices helped him to decide not to come back this way after we thought that we would get back together. And I am going through a grieving process with that. At the same time, my daughter moved in. She's got some things that are going on that neither one of us was expecting, and it's put me into a place of feeling as if my life is turned upside down. And I want you to know that I've seen 909, 1010, 1111, and 1212 since I've been doing this reading. So those are just confirmations that I'm on the right track. Most of you are probably on the right track. But anyhow, going through that, financial issues all of a sudden when I was doing really good, and it just is what it is. Feeling like my life has turned upside down, but knowing that I've got through all of those other dark nights of the souls. They've even helped me to get to a place of not needing medication, not having anxiety attacks, my blood pressure being almost perfect, my cholesterol going down. I mean, anxiety gone for the most part. If I have anxiety, it's so minimal. Clear mind most of the time. But as I go through this and know that as I got through all those other times and I integrated more of my light body in that shadow side of myself, that I became more deeply connected with spirit. Things in my physical life started turning around for the better, more finances. And I know that even though I'm going through this dark night of the soul, my finances are shit right now and I feel like I'm losing it all. I know that everything's going to be caught up. Everything's going to be fine. That I'm going through this period of learning lessons so that I can trust more, become more deeply connected with spirit, and be able to share my experience, strength, and hope with other people. So, guys, face your fears head on. Get up and go to work anyway. Meditate anyway. Eat anyway. All of those things that you don't want to do because you feel as if your world is turned upside down, do them anyway. I promise you, if you are meditating and facing those things head on, just like I'm telling you, it becomes easier and easier when you feel that darkness coming towards you, those demon or devilish energies coming at you, so to speak, to teach you your lessons. Then you can engage them with love, and guess what happens? Those lessons just hurry up and flee, whether it be within that second that you have that lesson coming towards you and you just learn it instantly, because I learned a lot of lessons instantly, or whether it takes a couple of days of you feeling this energy on you and you having to learn the lesson of processing through it in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't matter. When you get to the other side, you are more engaged with spirit, more in tune with your higher self, more in tune with your intuition, your inner knowings, the oneness. These levels of oneness increase, and you become more and more in tune with the knowing that you are just a speck of God, here to learn lessons so that your soul can evolve. The only way that we can learn lessons is by being in a physical vessel. The spiritual side of us doesn't learn lessons. You know, we have to have that physical aspect of us to be able to have the dark and the light, because that's just the way that it works. So anyway, I hope that you guys got something out of my video. I feel like I'm all over the place. I am a little bit nervous about making this video for whatever flipping reason. I have been hiding behind my readings because I'm really good with what I do, and know that my channel's not going to increase. My business is going to not increase until I start doing healing for you guys and sharing information on how to heal yourself. And this is just one aspect of healing that I have done for myself and continue to do until it's done. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day. For whatever reason, Spirit is having me tell somebody this. So if you're somebody who has been going through a challenging time with Spirit removing either friends or a lover or a family member out of your life, and new ones are being replaced, maybe you feel like you're shifting from one timeline to the other, Spirit is saying that this is happening for you, not to you, that this is even so part of your evolution process. I'm going through that. Friends have been released. I had a lover that I've already told you about, that I'm going through some grieving process with, and now somebody from my past has came back from 17 years ago, and all of those feelings have came back up. I'm very confused. I sometimes feel indecisive, but I have a lot of excitement and a lot of trust in what Spirit is doing for me. I didn't want to shift timelines into this timeline. Wasn't even expecting it to happen, but Spirit, God, angels, the universe, all of that is in here, knows what is in here in your heart, knows what you want, and knows what other people's free will choices are. And if people are not vibrating with your energy of love, they just aren't. Okay, so allow yourself to move on. Be open to new experiences with new people. And I love you guys. Have a wonderful weekend, guys. Bye.